What's up everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to a brand new Minecraft survival let's play that I'm going to be starting. I'm just going to hop right into the world. We're just going to name it Moosh after my channel, and I'm not really worried about a seed. I usually leave it blank, and we're just going to go on into the world. And while it's loading, I'm going to let it load for a second here, just because it always lags a bit in the beginning when it's generating the terrain. But starting this new world is kind of bittersweet because I had another world that I played on for 2 years, so a forever world, if you will. I feel like that trend's, on the way out, but I played it for 2 years, and out of no fault except my own, I pretty much lost access to the world, and I can't play it anymore. I have a really old version of it on a USB somewhere, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it to me, and I'd rather just, start new, and that gives me this opportunity to start this series here. I think the world is loaded in now. And, we've got actually kind of a beautiful start. We've got the cherry blossoms, we got, icy mountains right here. We've got the savanna biome, and a little bit of a plain. So I'm definitely not gonna complain about this start at all. So we're gonna just go ahead and get some wood. Um, but kind of like an intro to me as a person, because this is the first video I've ever posted on this channel. I really like playing Minecraft kind of like the old-fashioned way. I'm not one of those people that's gonna sit here and build, like a wooden shack on the first day. Like, not that old. But I'm also definitely not the type of person who builds a mega base the first episode or the second episode, or rushes the gameplay at all. I just like to chill out and play, and progression is kind of like second to all of that. I really like to build, and I think a big part of this series that I want to get into is kind of like building and figuring out, you know, what I like to build, and also getting better at building. I'm pretty decent at building at the moment, but I kind of want to get better at it if I'm going to be honest. But obviously the first thing you do in Minecraft, get wood. It's a pretty boring start, and it's like my least favorite part about, starting like a series of some type, because everybody's seen it. So we're just going to grab a wood pick, and there's a bunch of caves around us, so it shouldn't be like too hard um to find like some coal or some iron. Like, we've already got some right there. We've also got a creeper right there, which I'm not too fond of. So I also pondered playing hardcore, but I don't know. I think I've played it before when I was like a kid, and I was not very good at it, and I still, don't think that I'm very good at it, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sorry, the whip pick's just not gonna do it. And I know a lot of people who make content, they save their tools, and I think I'm gonna do that as well, because I do like the idea of having like a memorial for all of our old stuff when we first started the world. So we might go ahead and do that. I think my goals for this episode are to kind of, I don't want to go like complete caving, if that makes sense. I just kind of want to grab some of the essentials, coal and iron. That's really all I care about right now. I want to set up some type of starter base, or at least find an area for a starter base. And I want to set up a rudimentary like farm that I can use, because food is super important, and I feel like it's one of those things that some people really overlook in the first, couple days of gameplay, and it always comes back to bite them when they have literally no food. I actually don't see any iron like at all. I literally just see copper, which actually we should probably get that, because I am in the new update, I believe. So there is like copper stuff. I've just never really been interested in copper as a block, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why. Like, it's just never piqued my interest at all. I know a lot of people use it for builds, but I'm just not at that point where I can build confidently with copper. Honestly, I don't know which way to go, because I really like this mountain right here, but I know that it's gonna be a pain to kind of like build. But I guess what we can do is just grab an axe and just go grab this cherry wood really quickly. Okay, so I made it to the cherry biome, and there's some cows here. I'm gonna get to the other side of this mountain, and then I'm gonna see like what the vibes are behind there, because I think this would be a really great place to stay, because I actually really like this. I do prefer to build like in a plains biome, um, but I do like having the forest nearby, because I do think that the plains biome can be a bit uninspiring sometimes, if that makes sense. Like, people who build will understand what I mean. But I really like this mountain, and I think I do want to kind of lock in and settle down here, but I also want to grab some cherry saplings just because I like to have, access to all the wood types in the game as soon as possible. Um, so I'm just gonna collect this. I think there's also more logs. Okay, guys, so I actually I got the cherry sapling. I got some pink petals as well. And I kind of went around the mountain and I genuinely think that we have found like literally right next to spawn, we found the place that we are going to settle at. Honestly, this right here is beautiful in of itself, but if we go ahead and just turn around just 1 second, I want to get kind of far enough away so that you guys can see. But we've also got a bunch of animals here, which is pretty awesome. But like literally this is gorgeous. But then we turn around and we have this big mountain. And then we have this mountain that kind of surrounds it. And then my render distance doesn't get it all the way, but there continues. The mountain continues and it kind of like shapes this little valley in here. And I just think this is awesome. This is such a great place that we could settle. And I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna settle right here. I don't know where we're gonna build a starter base or even what the starter base is gonna look like. So first off, I think I want to get a farm started. I'm gonna collect some seeds. I'm gonna try to find iron for water buckets, and we're gonna try to start a farm because I see all of these animals around. There's cows over there and chickens, and I want to get them into pens as soon as possible. I almost got taken out by a skeleton, so that's yeah. We're just gonna come back in here and wait till we have some food because that was almost really bad. I don't know why, but my scroll wheel on my mouse is like freaking out, and like it'll scroll like twice for so or like it'll skip, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's the mouse or if it's something in the game because I saw somebody else have this issue. So honestly, it might just be my mouse, and I just might need a new mouse to be honest with you. Very serious. It's just, I literally thought this was gonna be like such a good cave because I kept finding mobs in it. Like they kept coming up to me and killing me. But I guess this cave sucks because the only iron I found was like in the wall. But my mouse keeps like skipping like slots in my inventory and it's super annoying, especially when I'm trying to like kill something and it skips like all the way to the end of my inventory instead of the sword. It's actually really frustrating. But I don't know if it's my mouse or the game because I just recently started having the issue and I just replaced the battery. Um, in my mouse because it was actually going dead, so I have no idea what the issue is. This cave was also a dead end, so thanks for nothing, I guess. I'm still gonna collect this coal and copper, but I mean, 2 iron in this whole cave, like, that's crazy. Yo, wait, what? Okay, so we've got a new area of a cave to explore in. I was not trying to come down here. Okay. Is this gonna lead to a dead end? I bet you it is. Okay, looks like old gen caves. Okay, that's a baby. Oh my god, there's 2 baby zombies. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. We are okay, we're Yikes. Okay, we're not going down there. Executive decision being made right now. We are not going down there. I can barely deal with 1 baby zombie when I have like full iron on. I'm not it's just not gonna work for me. So we're gonna go right back up and look, it's daytime anyways. And it looks like there's still like some like semblance of caves. So we're just gonna grab this iron really quick and then we're gonna start the farm because that is the most important thing to me right now is starting a farm. We'll just set our stuff down like literally right here. Let's get our this. I think I'm gonna make a bucket and maybe a shield. I think a shield might be a good investment to make. And I think that like my starter base or like my starter house, I think I want to have up on this mountain right here. I think I want to have it like sitting here because then we could have the view be pretty much this mountain. Or we could have it be pretty much at the top here and have it be like literally on the top of the mountain. But I think I like the down there better because you get well, I know my render distance isn't very high right now because I turned it down so that I could like load the world decently. Um, but if you have it right here, you have this right here, and then you have this, and then you have all of the plains to look upon. And I obviously plan to build in the plains and stuff like that. So I think this would be a pretty good starting spot. So, okay, so I got kind of like a little farm set up here. It's literally 16 seeds. I also found some pumpkins. They were over there where I got my water from. And then I also was able to grab some sugar cane, so I've got that kind of set up here. I might bring this down one level, but I mean, I'm not at the point where I'm trying to build my house or anything. But now that we've got kind of like a food source going, we've still got 8 of these, so this should be, chill for now. I think I'm gonna go try and collect some resources for a possible build. I think it's just gonna be a pretty classic house, oak, spruce, stone. I just kind of want to use what's around me to build um, a house. So I'm gonna go try to collect some stuff. At some point, we're gonna have to go into the caves because I do like to use like andesite and stuff for texturing, so we're gonna have to go find that. I don't know if it was such a good idea to come out here in the dark because I had to make a shield because I kept getting killed, like hit by skeletons like really bad. I just came over here. Our base is kind of like over that way. I just came over here to start mining some trees. I'm gonna plant them back, of course, but I'm also gonna bring some saplings back to the house, just because I'd like to have some trees without having to go far for them. But I think I'm gonna get like maybe like 2 stacks of each log. I don't think it's gonna be enough for the base, but it should be enough to get us some saplings and so that we can kind of get a wood, something like a wood farm, started up if that makes sense. I think honestly, I would have preferred like a village at spawn, but I always do that when I start a new world. I always settle next to a village so I can use the villagers at some point. But so this time I think I'm just gonna not do that because not that I'm not gonna utilize villagers or not go look for villages, but I kind of like the challenge of like not living right next to a village. My last world that I did, my forever world that I lost, I literally well, let's go see if we get now. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was literally I didn't settle in a village, but there was a village in very close proximity, so it made it pretty simple to do anything with villagers, and it was still hard. Trust, like villagers are like such a ridiculous mob. It's like actually crazy. It was much simpler, and I think I kind of want to challenge myself to do stuff other than what people normally do. Okay, in the game, that makes sense. Sorry, in Bedrock you crouch to use the the shield, and I recently just changed over to Java. So sometimes and I don't use the shield that much, so sometimes I literally catch myself trying to like crouch to use. Ah! Okay. We survived, so that's all right, but we can't be yapping. We can't be yapping when it's nighttime outside is what I've learned. I've decided to do kind of like an impromptu like caving session. I expanded the farm a bit, maybe like 7 or so seeds, and I've got some trees growing over there, but I kind of just want to get in the mines and see if I can find some andesite, some gravel, or like literally any blocks that I can use to start building the house because right now we kind of just have wood, and although that's good, like I do like to have a bit of variety in my house, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much mine in here. I hope it actually takes us somewhere more so than the other cave that we went into. And hopefully we can get a decent amount of iron. I'm not looking to get, diamonds or anything. Even though, like, getting diamonds, it would be nice. Obviously, I'm not gonna say no to some diamonds, but uh, I'm mostly just looking for iron and some coal because I never collect all the coal at the beginning of, when I start a new world or just in general because there's just so much of it. And then I always regret it. I always, 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 always regret it. So we're gonna try to collect as much coal as we can. We've got over a stack right now. Also collected some food and made a bundle so that, we're not really uh running out of space for a while. So I'm just gonna run on the cave, find anything interesting. I'll come back if I find diamonds, iron, whatever. If I die, I'll come back. I literally just turned this corner and I literally I literally found a block of emerald, like an emerald ore. That's crazy. And I also found some iron and some gravel, so that's some of the stuff off of my list. I'm gonna go ahead and collect that. But I guess we should make an iron pickaxe so we can grab that emerald right there. But I literally just walked around the corner. Like I was literally just right there. That is insane. All right, so we made an iron pick, so that's pretty cool. So first iron pick of the series. I'm still gonna try to use the stone pickaxe for anything that's not like that doesn't need the iron pick because I don't know. First iron pick of the series. Uh, I'm just hype about it. And I want to keep it as long as possible. It was a dead end, which nobody is surprised about, probably. Least of all me. But we've got this other side, so. Dead end again. Dang, this world like is it's trifling. Basically, this world's trifling. Yo yo yo! No, bro. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, so we might have found a good. Oh, we're back here. Okay, I might have found a good cave entrance because I saw like 20 freaking zombies in it, and they just literally killed me. I also saw like two creepers. I blew them up, but they didn't blow me up. But those zombies like tag teamed me. That's crazy. Okay, well I suppose we'll just go back. We really need a bed, if I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not really safe to be walking around at night. This is not even the way. It's up here, I think. Right? Wait, no. Our house is like what is that then? I guess it must be lava or something, because that is not our base up there. Oh my god, like who are these people? Like seriously. What is wrong with you? Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, we're beelining back to the base. I'm getting my stuff and then I'm killing another sheep. Because I killed two sheep. I got two wool, but I couldn't find any more, and I also felt bad about killing those two sheep. So I was like, I'm not gonna kill anymore. I'm gonna get the next piece of wool ethically with shears. And yeah, honestly, I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. I'm sorry. Why are there so many flowers? Gosh. I'm taking it back because the nights are too rough. The nights are too rough. Yeah, here we go. Here's our stuff. This was unfortunate. We're gonna go down here, I think. And we're gonna try to actually go Are you serious, Mo? Ooh, we got some of these blocks. I'm actually gonna grab these because I never do in my playthroughs. Or like when I play the game. And they're actually pretty cool building blocks. They can be used for, decent texturing. So I'm gonna grab these. I'm also gonna grab that as well, those as well. Just because those can be used for an infinite lava farm. And I'm thinking I'm gonna use lava as a fuel source because that's what eats up all my coal, like using it as a fuel source. And so we just need to have a different fuel source, this series, I suppose. This is huge. I did not know that these got this big. I've honestly never really played like I've been playing Minecraft for probably like 14 years now or something like that. 13, 14 years now. So a lot of the newer like features like I know of them and I have seen them in game, but I haven't like played with them that much. Like I've never set up an infinite lava farm with these or I've never built with these. And I think like for like this playthrough or the series that I'm going to do, I think I do want to start trying to use other blocks because I normally use, the same types of blocks. We also found some andesite, which is good. I'm going to grab pretty much as I can because I love to build with andesite. It's a great block and I gave it a lot of hate like when it first came out like forever ago, but these are good texturing blocks, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab these. But yeah, I haven't really played with a lot of the new features, and so I'm kind of hoping to do that in this series as well because it's pretty new to me. Like I said earlier, like the copper stuff, I figured out I'm actually not in the update with like the copper armor and stuff like that. I tried to make it and it wouldn't work, but like just copper stuff in general, like I've never really used. I've never really used it to decorate or to build just because I'm not that good at building and I can build out of wood and stone and everything else is kind of like out of my comfort zone. But I definitely want to hop outside of my comfort zone in this series, just because. So if any of you guys have any like recommendations on, what I can do to make my builds look better or stuff that I can build or do in the world, just let me know and I might consider it for an episode or whatever. But andesite, goated block. Diorite, I don't know about that. Diorite's okay. And I like granite too. I'd say andesite first, granite second, diorite last. Although I do think it can have like its usages, and I've seen people use it in a way that I'm like, wow, that actually looks nice. But I could never. I could never, like, I could never do that. This cave looks like it's gonna go down pretty far, which is, I mean, chill, chill. I didn't. This was not what I was really looking for, but I mean, it's just it's been handed to me, so I will take it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be mad about it, but that's worrying, but it's all right. Also, if you notice in the top left of my screen, I have the music toast on. So like currently, I don't have my headphones connected to this computer. I have it connected to my laptop. I'm just watching YouTube videos and stuff. Um, but I don't know if you guys can also hear the music or not because I don't know how what I have my music on, like what my music settings. But if you hear the songs, it'll put it at the top, like what the song is. And I thought that, oh no, because we're not dealing with that. We're not going that way. Deep Dark is a big no-no. I feel like I'm pretty sure it's the fact that like Deep Darks doesn't mean that there is an ancient city. Because I know there are like biomes that are often found in like mountain biomes. Hello, sir. Okay, sorry. I don't know why he wasn't aggroed on me for a second there. I'm not sure. Maybe because I was in this hole. But I'm pretty sure if you come across like the Shriekers or whatever they're called, you can still spawn a warden in the Deep Dark. So like I try to just like ignore it as much as I possibly can. I also think this is an iron, like a tough iron vein. Oh my god. Okay, mister, like you're just a weirdo. You're just a weirdo. Weirdo? Okay. Let me just like, is it literally just this one area though? Okay, no, it's down there. Yeah, you can still spawn a warden, I think. So I don't really want to be in here, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna check and see if this is like like an iron vein in the tough, and if it's not, then I'm gonna go somewhere else because I'm not really interested in any of that right now. Yo, what? I did not know these were. This is the raw iron block, right? Oh my god! Yo, wait. Hey, let me eat this real quick. I did not know that you could do that. I did not know that there were raw iron blocks in these, and this just brought me to a freaking jackpot, bro. Holy crap. Okay. Uh, goated tough mine, I guess. I don't have any freaking space though. Let's get rid of the raw flesh and grab these diamonds. All right, let's see how many diamonds we're gonna get. I think we're probably gonna get like 2. If I'm gonna be honest. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm thinking it's gonna be probably about 2 diamonds. So, put your guesses in the comments or just think about it. But let's go. 1. Okay, well, I already lost. Cool. We got the diamonds achievement. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 6. That's actually a really like good amount of diamonds. I'm happy with that. 6 is good. We'll probably use it to make a pickaxe if I'm gonna be honest with you, unless we find more and we can make pickaxe and armor. But I didn't even finish mining this iron vein up before I found that, so I'm gonna continue to mine it out. But that was crazy. I did not know that you could have this raw block of iron, or that you could find that in these veins, because I don't usually mine out these veins because they're just a pain. But I don't know, we're like in the beginning of the world, so this is actually like really helpful to be finding like 30 iron at once. But wow, okay, cool. I'm glad I decided to start digging this out. Yo, okay, so we found another raw block, which also this vein is just ridiculously huge. Like it is huge. Like I don't even know where I am right now. Like I'm running out of torches. Like exploring this thing. I think we're also, yeah, we're almost at a stack of iron. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna keep mining and see how far I can get. No way. Is this a geode? Yo. It is a geode. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, we're gonna go through this geode and then we're basically gonna... Oh god, it's in the freaking deep dark. That is not ideal, but that is okay. I think we're literally just gonna go up from here. I'm just gonna dig up so I can get to the surface. I'm gonna drop all my stuff off. I kind of want to mine this geode though, because like the more spaces you have, like the more like the amethyst can grow on each of the sides of these blocks, and the more like spaces we have, the more they will grow. So I think I'm gonna just mine it out, just kind of like a little side quest. Uh, I've never really used amethyst, but it's a really pretty block, and also you can make tinted glass with it. So I kind of want to start that up early. I keep getting really distracted. I say I'm gonna build a house, and then I like find all this stuff. But we're definitely gonna build the house after we get the amethyst going. But let's just actually see where this takes us up at. Okay, so we made it to the okay. Actually, there's a freaking skeleton right there. Oh my god, I made it to the base, or back to the base. Uh, not unscathed. However, I did make it back. Our trees are grown a bit, so that's pretty good. And I also got one more wool, so we can go ahead and make the freaking bed that we're trying to make. So let's just make that really quickly. I think I want to make a pink bed, if I'm gonna be honest. I think that's pretty... What is happening? Oh my god. Like, you're literally making me break my sugarcane, bro, and I'm missing all these freaking... Jeez, okay. Sorry, I'm like the worst Minecraft player of all time, and I'm also under pressure because so many things keep getting me. Yeah, we're just gonna get a bed. It's just gonna be a regular bed. Actually, I think there's nobody coming to get me, so I think we have time to make it pink. There we go, pink bed, boom. Okay. Sweet dreams, our first sleeping advancement. Let's go. I think I am gonna try and build the base because our chests are getting kind of full. I want to have a place to like kind of like organize our chests a little bit. And I think it would just be cool if we ended off this episode on, building the actual, base that we're going to live in for the next probably couple episodes before we build something else. I think I'm going to hop into a creative world and I'm going to go ahead and kind of like bounce out some ideas and see what I can build kind of with these blocks that I already have. Obviously, we're going to build it right here, and I'll build it with you guys in survival, but I'm going to hop over into creative really quick and kind of like get that going, and then we'll see where that takes us. The number one thing that I'm noticing, first of all, is that this immediately needs to be terraformed. I was thinking about taking this out, but I think I'm just going to put more dirt here so we have a fuller area to work with. I'm also thinking about the idea of a retaining wall, or we could do some type of terraform project here, um, which would be cool. Definitely not this episode, but I just mean for future plans, like stuff like that. Okay, so I've been in the creative test world that I opened up, and I've got kind of like some type of idea, and definitely, trust the process here because I've only done a bit of it, but I think that I want to go ahead and have this little like foundation here. I think the foundations always look nice on the house. This is not textured. And then kind of have it raised out from the foundation and then up. And I think that's the vibe that I'm gonna go with this house. I think I'm gonna start with like this just like rectangular base here, but I think that I am going to add a jut out like right here possibly for an L-shaped house. I think that would look pretty cool. This is not supposed to be here, by the way. This is just... So I've decided like for this section right here, I want to do like a little slanted roof. But I don't know how to connect that with this roof, and also over here there's a bump out, whereas over here there is no bump out unless I bring that forward. So I might bring this forward. I was also trying to figure out how to texturize this a little bit, or kind of give it more depth so that doesn't just look like lines going up. And I do like this beam here. But I was also gonna try to put like some stairs right here, and obviously windows are gonna go right here. I would love to like show more of my process about like what I'm thinking about when I'm building, but like see, like I enjoyed that a lot. But like when I'm building, like I'm just so locked in that I don't have I don't have the ability to kind of like commentate what I'm doing. I'm currently waiting for stone to smelt, so I decided to get on my cow grind. So I'm gonna try to bring some cows back to the base. I have a pin for them. You know, the more that there are so many pigs here, holy crap. The more cows that we are able to bring back, the better. So let's try and get these up here as well. Because I like this little plains area to be like an agricultural area. That sounds like it'd be really cool. Um, okay, we've lost a bunch of cows. It's fine. I hate doing this with animals because they're so slow and you pretty much have to stop every single time that you walk like 5 blocks to make sure that they're still there. Yay. Okay, so we got the cows in. I'm gonna breed them really quick. Yep, there you go. So, yeah, I'm thinking for this village. There we go. We got an achievement, the parrots and the bats. This village is pretty much, like, surrounded by mountainous terrain on all, you know, sides. So, and also over here, there's, like, a bit of... It's, like, literally the ocean over here, I think. So, I'm thinking that what I want, like, the lore for this particular area is this area is going to be pretty self-sufficient. The only... It's not even an ocean. It's just a lake, I guess. It's just a lake. So yeah, this village has to be pretty self-sufficient because there's no immediate oceans, so they can't, you know, trade with other areas or get stuff from other areas, and so they're gonna have to be pretty self-sufficient. So we're gonna have to have, um, you know, different industries, and I think it's good to start kind of like with agriculture, just because you need to have, you know, wheat farms, and you need to have cows anyways, or like animals anyways, livestock anyways. Um, so I think that's what we're gonna do first. And okay, so I've pretty much finished the house, and I think it looks decent. We gotta put the windows in, and there's some more texturing that I want to do, but I think I'm gonna do that between episodes because I'm so indecisive when I build. Like, I don't know, I'm definitely a perfectionist to like the max. So like I was trying to do some texturing here, and I might continue to do that outside of the build. But I think this is pretty much what the build is going to look like. I think something super cool that I want to do is I want to play around with putting the door to this house, like right here, so that you walk into this floor instead of walking in down there. Because I think if we add like a little door area, then we can have like a little archway right here. And I think I'm going to try and do a quick interior really quick. I don't think this will... Yeah, we're probably just gonna do, so, since this is just like the, see, I was trying to do some of the texturing, but since this is just like the spruce and the oak stripped logs, I think we might try birch. It's literally one of the only blocks that I have, so we might try birch out, and it might not be for us, it might not be for us. We might do like a checkerboard pattern, if that makes sense. Okay, and then we're just gonna go ahead and strip all of these, and that's pretty much the floor done. I think that it accents the house pretty nicely because everything is pretty dark. You know, we've got the cobblestone, the stone brick, the dark stuff. I think it looks pretty... It accents it really nicely, and so that we can... This is a really, really strong block, in my opinion. Like, it's extremely bright. And the stripped logs are also like pretty bright as well, but they kind of offset each other, if that makes sense, so it's not as like visually criminal, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna do a quick interior really quickly. I'm thinking my bed's gonna go here, we're gonna have some other stuff here, and then storage is gonna be perhaps down there. Not really sure. I'm just gonna throw something together really quickly and see what we can do. But I added this offshoot of the house that's like kind of backwards, like behind the original house, and then also a different roof connected into this. And so that was pretty fun to try to figure out how to do. I'm gonna put some spruce beams across the window, like not the windows, across this area to kind of make it so that this area up here is separated from this area down here, because otherwise it just looks like we have just such an expanse of space that we don't need. Yeah, so something just like that. As you can see, it's already kind of bringing the build together. Also, if I destroy this, okay, so this needs to be here. It kind of makes it. Maybe we could even bring it one down actually. Yeah, because you can see if you bring it down, it feels like it's more cramped. So I think I do like it one up, and I think we're just gonna have to cover this layer with trapdoors. I think that looks a lot better covering up that gray stone that's right there. Here's the interior we have. It's looking, pretty decent. On this left side, we have 3 different crafting tables because I made 3 crafting tables for some reason. Got a nice flower pot, nice lamp, nice carpet. We've got our furnaces and our stone cutter. Some greenery in the house to, kind of brighten up the mood if the birch didn't already do that enough. We've got our bed next to a flower pot and a lantern. We're going to put the storage in the back, like in the bottom, and there's going to be a different way to access that than it is up here. And I think that that might be a tad, or we can just put the thing right here if we want. That's honestly pretty fine. We're going to put storage down there just so it's not in the way. But yeah, it's pretty much going to be the house on the interior. Again, between episodes, going to switch this so it doesn't look so bleh. Um, Texture a little bit, get some greenery, some pathways and stuff. The only reason I'm not going to do it on camera is because it's going to take me longer than the time that I actually have to continue recording today. I live in a super small apartment that I share with my girlfriend, so it's very hard for me to like get up on the mic and play when she's also here with me because I don't know, I feel like it's also her space and we literally have like 2 rooms. And she also works in healthcare, so I wouldn't want to come home from a 12-hour shift and listen to my boyfriend ramble on about Minecraft to imaginary people. Um, so I'm probably gonna do that off camera just so I can kind of lock in and not have to worry about the commentating aspect of it, so I can finish this up. But I think it's a pretty decent first starter house, and it's honestly definitely better than stuff that I'm used to building. But if you watch this video all the way to the end, thank you so much, for hanging on. You're the goat, and hopefully you stick around for episode 2 because obviously this is not the finished product of the house. So to see the finished product of the house, you have to go to episode 2. Um, Sorry to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but again, I really appreciate anyone who watched the video. If you really enjoyed the video, come watch episode 2. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. It really helps me out a lot. Leave it down in the comments suggestions that you have for the world or stuff that I should do or stuff that I didn't do right. Anything, I'm open to anything, open to any criticism as long as it's constructive and you're not just like putting me on blast in my comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in episode 2. Bye.